That's what I love to see for the Miami Marlins. A comeback effort once more and beat the Pirates in a comeback fashion and a walk-off fashion once again as they win the series against the Pirates 3-1 and then start the season 3-1 of the season. It's pretty nice. Now, they did all this for Jeff Conine. Conine is now in the Marlins Hall of Fame. Congratulations to Conine, Niner, for making it to the Hall of Fame. His son Griffin had himself a game too. I believe he's trying to one-up his father. All kidding aside, though, the Marlins did pretty good, and what a way to end it off. End the season. Not season, man. Imagine if the season ended today somehow, some way, cancel the season, we would have had a division champ. We would have been division champion for the first time ever. But that's not how it works. Anyway, let's see here. So, starting pitchers is Andrew Heaney, who I think a long time ago, once upon a time, he was actually part of the Marlins organization. Versus Max Meyer, who Meyer didn't have a bad game. I don't think he had a bad game, if I'm being honest with you. Although I'll say this too, one of the runs came unearned, and it's totally not his fault. However, though, the bullpen once more did work for him. The batting for the Marlins still came up clutch. And Wagaman finally got a base hit. He got 2 hits, which is pretty shocking, to say the least. All right. Trouble in the second inning, though. There we go. There's a 1-2-3 inning, so good start by Meyer. There's a single by Myers, and then grounded out. A little bit of a trouble to start the second inning, though, as the pitch to Andrew McCutchen. Is a home run to left. It's a 393 feet over the fence to make a 1-0 Pittsburgh for McCutchen. So, yeah, he can still hit home runs, which is nothing new. But since then, Meyer's been pretty solid since then. For those who are wondering about the attendance, 15,490 in attendance in this game. The roof was closed because the weather was bad. It was a lot of rain, possibly a flash flood. Actually, no, who am I kidding? There was definitely flash flood. It was raining hard today. But the roof was closed, so that's why we have a roof. We have the retractable roof, to say the least. It would have been better if we have a translucent roof now with the technology that we have currently. But why not, though? Anyway, bottom of the second, Bride works a walk. Hill bunted into fielder's choice. Bride was barely out at second. Then only took one pitch, and that Nick Fortes, because Hill was already at first base, Nick Fortes hits a double, and knowing how fast Derek Hill can run, he ran from first all the way home to tie it up immediately. So 1-1 tie game already. Awesome. Then Conine grounded out to the pitcher, and then Sonoha lined out to right. 1-2-3 inning at the third for both sides, so nothing to talk about. Fourth inning, Reynolds works a double, and Meyer is able to work it out. Marlins at the bottom of the fourth, single, and then 3 outs later. Top of the fifth, though. Rodriguez works a walk, and it shouldn't be a walk. It should not be a walk. because um, because the pitching I thought was really solid, but the umpire IQ was not good in this at bat. Rodriguez worked the walk because the umpire, for some reason, didn't see that the ball was in the strike zone. It was in the zone for a bunch of pitches, especially the fourth pitch. The fourth pitch, it was clearly in the zone, at the bottom of the zone. And the umpire missed it. He flat out freaking missed it. So then the next pitch was outside, and then the sixth pitch, it was in the borderline pitch, but it's still a strike. How do you not call it? That sucks. So anyway, Bob, there was a bunt pop up. It was an easy catch there. And then the next at bat, and I swear this drives me crazy. This drives me crazy with this play. So Valdez grounded out to first, and then Rodriguez goes to second, and then there was Wagaman, what the hell are you throwing? What the hell was that kind of throw? And that throw was bad, and the throw was wide. Rodriguez was able to safely go to third. And then Connor Falefa reached an infield single to shortstop. Rodriguez scored. So yeah, not only thanks Wagaman, but thanks umpire for having a low IQ, because that should have been strike three. If they called this strike three, this would not have happened, but it did. Then Frazier's ground out to second. We don't have to talk much about that. Although after that though, was it this one or was it the one after? It was okay. Never mind. It was the inning after. Bottom of the fifth. Not much to say. There was a fielder's choice. Sanoja got a base hit, first time in the season. So congrats to that. Edwards grounded to fielder's choice. Sanoja was out of second. Edwards stole second, and Lopez lined out to right, and that was a great catch there. I think Reynolds was the one that caught that. It was essentially a dive and play. He is annoying, Brian Reynolds. He is so annoying. Top of the sixth, though, Reynolds struck out swinging. Pham base hit to right. McCutcheon struck out swinging, and Sawinski single to right. I would have loved if Meyer was able to finish the top of the sixth, but he didn't. So Xavier, I think it's Xaverian? I don't know. But Curry making his Marlins debut, who got called up today, I think. I think they designated somebody else to assignment, and they optioned Bielso to AAA. And Curry was able to get out of that with the ground out to first. Nice play. Stowers comes into pinch hits for Dane Myers. Why, though? I mean, if you're going to pinch hit Kyle Stowers, pinch hit, you got to, in my opinion, I'm not the manager, but in my opinion, have him pinch hit for Wagaman. Have him pinch hit for Wagaman because in the event where he's not that clutch, but because Dane Myers is really clutch. He can hit the baseball. I mean, for God's sake, he can throw outfield to home. And also, too, he had a walk-off. Why are we pinch hitting for Myers? Not that Kyle Stowers isn't a bad player. I'm saying it would have been better if he pinch hit for Wagaman. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Although, now that I think about it, who's going to take over first base? Okay, maybe it might be a good move. Anyway, Wagaman grounded it to a double play. Stowers got hit by a pitch, by the way. I think Clayton challenged it, and it was an unsuccessful challenge, and Bryce struck out swinging. Top of the seventh, couple of moves. Stowers goes to left. Sanoja now moves to center field. Triolo struck out swinging, or looking rather. Valdez walks, and then a couple of lineouts, and then fouled out. Bottom of the seventh, though. Bottom of the seventh. Halterman pitches for Pittsburgh now. Derek Hill struck out looking. Fortes struck out looking. Griffin Conine now on Jeff Conine's Hall of Fame day for the Marlins. He hits an opposite field home run to left center, 404 feet. It is a game-tying home run for Conine, and what a blast that was for Conine. I mean, an absolute missile of a home run. That's Conine's first home run of the season. Congrats to him. He ties it up 2-2 for the Marlins, trying to one-up his dad. Amazing home run there. And Sonoha lined out to right, okay? But Conine continued to do amazing things. So tie game, top of the eighth, Forshee then comes in to pitch. He grounds out Reynolds, okay. He grounds out Pham to shortstop, okay. Then he walked McCutchen, and I swear, I would have lost my marbles on Nick Fortes. Fortes was telling, Forshee to move back because the pitch clock was going down. What you're supposed to do as a catcher is you got to get up and rush to the mound. That's how you can stop the pitch clock. You can stop the pitch clock that way. But you told Forshee to get off the mound, and lesson learned. You're still gonna get a violation. Forshee got a pitch clock violation, and that's ball 4. So then Bay runs for McCutchen. And then for Sawinski, he works a walk. But then here's the thing, though. When it's ball 4, Fortes was going to pick off Bay. Bay runs back, he gets hurt. He winds up playing through the game. Thankfully, though, right? So then Forshee pitches to Rodriguez, because that's his next at bat. And a good heads-up play by Nick Fortes makes up for the pitch clock problems. Throws the ball to third to pick off Bay at third base. And what a throw and what a tag. Excuse me. Oh, man, I'm so sorry. What a throw and what a tag made by Bride. Bride was able to get Bay just barely. Clayton was able to challenge this. You could request a challenge, and the umpires granted the challenge. And the challenge was successful. The runner was out at third. Awesome. Ferguson. Okay, then. Ferguson pitches for Pittsburgh. Edwards pops out to shortstop. Okay, fine. Lopez flied out to center. Great. Kyle Stowers works a walk. Wackerman hits a single. Not bad. But Bride could not get the go-ahead run in as he popped up to second. Fantastic. Ninth inning. Anthony Bender comes in to pitch. He walks Rodriguez. Not a good start. O'Neal Cruz, I think his name is. He comes in to pinch hit for Triolo. And Bender with a filthy sweeper to left inside the zone. And he was able to strike out Cruz. So that was a nasty pitch. Valdez now comes in to pitch. And he lines out to left. And I swear, these outfielders are trying to one-up each other. Yesterday, Griffin Conine with a home run robbery. Well, now it's Kyle Stowers making an incredible catch. I mean, he was trying to hang up. You know in the movie one of the movies where a kid was just standing there, right? He was just getting the glove up like this and wait for the ball to come to his glove. That's kind of what happened with Stowers, except he was running back to try to catch the baseball. He was just grabbing up like this, and he caught the baseball. Stowers, my goodness. What a catch by Stowers, man. And then another pickoff by Fortes. Fortes catches Rodriguez stealing to second. Another beautiful play by Fortes. Initially ruled safe, another challenge, and he's out. Another caught stealing. Two innings in a row to end the inning, and now the Marlins have a chance to walk it off. So what does the Pirates do? They bring in Benznar, who is, as a Marlins fan myself, we have some struggling pitchers. This guy struggles big time. I mean, if I was a Pirates fan, I would have been pissed and angry, and I'd be perplexed, like, why are you bringing in Benznar? You left with a lot of questions. So here comes Derek Hill, and he hits a single, which is a pretty nice. He hits a single to right. Was it a right? Let me see. No, it's an infield single because of how fast Derek Hill is. It's a little bit of a chopper single. Hayes trying to do the one-handed play, and he just could not be able to. He just could not be able to. Derek Hill's too fast. He's too fast. So then, Nick Fortes comes into at bat, and let's just say Fortes was not directly responsible for this. So, Derek Hill is running to second, right? And the catcher for the Pirates, I believe the Pirates catcher is Rodriguez. Rodriguez then throws the ball towards second, and he had a wild throw to right, which will give an opportunity for Derek Hill to run to third. We had some strategies to if the next batter you bunt to get Derek Hill to third. Well, now you don't need to bunt no more because there was an error thrown by Rodriguez, and Derek Hill is able to safely reach third. Nobody out, by the way. So then, now the winning run is at 90 feet. He is at 90 feet. Now, all we need to do is have Nick Fortes just hit a long ball. It doesn't have to be a home run. It doesn't have to be a base hit. It has to be a long ball where the outfielders have to go deep enough where Derek Hill could just jog his way to home plate. He had a big swing. And, you got to realize this. He's not in trouble. Benznar is in trouble. You have the leverage, so you got to remain disciplined. But then the very next pitch, the very next splitter, is a wild pitch. That ball was wildly pitched, which would then give an opportunity for Derek Hill to rush home, and that's it. A disaster pitching by Benznar, who having an awful start of the season, and Miami wins it. 3 walk-offs in this series to win the series against the Pirates, and the Marlins are 3-1 to start the season. Another walk-off win on Jeff Conine's night and day. Everyone give a round of applause. This is Game 4, and this is exciting to watch. And, a little bit of a small victory talk. As of right now, the Marlins are now first place of the National League East. It's not going to last long. However, we can talk about that for a little bit because who knows how long that will last. We are now 3-1 to start the year, and pretty good start so far. So, yeah, Marlins, great win, of course. The next series now is against the Mets. Oh boy, big test. Big test happened. Now, let me look at the box score with the pitching. Let's start with the pitching. Max Meyer with 7 strikeouts. To me, he should have had 8 strikeouts because what I talked about with the 5th inning fiasco, he has given up 1 home run. And then two more strikeouts from the bullpen. So they should have had 10 strikeouts. But 9 will do. Pittsburgh, 2 strikeouts for Heaney and 3 more from their bullpen. They did give up 1 home run. That was CONINE hitting the home run from Halderman. And 9 strikeouts as a whole for the Marlins team. And for the hitting, they continue to hit the baseball. 7 hits for the Marlins, 5 hits for Pittsburgh. Both teams with 1 error, and 1 error from Pittsburgh was really costly. That was that catcher Rodriguez with the error. And Marlins win the series against Pittsburgh 3-1. Next game tomorrow, Mets. 3-game series against the Mets, and we have an off day Thursday. And then we play against the Braves, the Mets, back to Miami to play against the Nationals. I think the next 2 teams, next 2 series is going to be a big test. The Mets with the low record, 1-2. The season just started, so I think they're going to wake up pretty soon. And the Marlins should brace themselves with that because the Mets have the Marlins number for over the years now, and this is something that they need to wash their heads on. And they have the Braves next and the Mets. Right now the Braves are 0-4. The Braves are 0-4 to start the season, and that's shocking. That's pretty shocking to me. But you know what, though? Again, season just started. The Braves are going to win games eventually. They're probably going to win. They're probably going to win this next series. You just never know. Some teams with the slow starts, they end up going to the playoffs. Not the Marlins. Who knows? Maybe this year might be different. It's good to be excited, but you don't want to be over too excited because then you get attached, you get yourself heartbroken again, yada, yada, yada. But we'll see what happens, man. Good starts. Start the season 3-1 over the Pittsburgh Pirates. Welcome in the Mets, man. Big series. All right, man, that's good to do it for this one. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe for content because Miami TVGs are back. And when he does, he'll be right there with the Fear Team at 8-0. 2 games tomorrow. We got this, and we got the Miami Heat tomorrow. So, yeah, man, that's good to do it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Man, this is 23 minutes. All right, good night.